Surrey's LV County Championship match with Somerset looks to be heading for a draw after Rory Burns and Stephen Davis both scored hundreds on the penultimate day at the Kier Oval to balance this game right up. Surrey actually started the third morning in some trouble and with plenty of work to do as they resumed on 98 for 4, still requiring 137 more runs to avoid the follow-on. By lunchtime, any thoughts of such a thing have been removed as Burns and Davis batted comfortably throughout the opening couple of hours. To press home their advantage, Somerset needed early wickets, but Burns moved past 50, having started the day on 43, and Davis also played with very few problems as the panic which appeared to be setting in on the previous evening evaporated. There was little assistance from the surface for the Somerset attack, and both batsmen made hay in South London. While Burns had needed 151 balls to reach his half-century amongst the fall of wickets at the other end, Davis was a little more fluent as he got to his with his 9th boundary of his 106th delivery. At this stage, Burns had moved into the 90s and the third 100 of his first-class career soon arrived. A bow to the dressing room followed after Burns got to his mark of 238 balls after 4 1/4 hours of endeavour. He fell after lunch for 115, just 6 short of his career best, to end a 5th wicket stand of 159. By this stage, Surrey trailed by 138, and so Somerset would have still been well placed had Gary Wilson not been dropped early on off Alphonso Thomas. Wilson eventually made 17, taking the total to 284 with a deficit of exactly 100 before he edged Thomas to Craig Kieswetter. Last season was a rotten one for Davis, who averaged only 21, but his first innings of this summer brought the former England man an exceptional chancellers's century. He'd needed 192 balls to get there, 17 of which he'd stroked to the boundary. Having come in with his side in some difficulty, this was a great effort from the keeper batsman, who took some time off in the winter, accompanying Elton John on his tour of Asia. And he hadn't finished yet. It was still important for Surrey to close in on their opponent's total of 384, and the way the left-hander was playing by now, there seemed no doubt that they would do that. He had by now been joined by Gareth Batty, who mixed a solid defence with some moments of flourish. He pulled George Dockrell's long hop for a 6, and also worked Jamie Overton to the fine leg fence as Somerset huffed and puffed with little reward. The visitors even employed the help of a local pigeon who decided to make life as difficult as possible for Batty. He'd made 36 and taken his side to 355 when he was out, LBW to Overton. Stuart Meeker then nicked Steve Kirby behind to go without scoring. And when Davis was the 9th man out for a brilliant 147, pulling Overton to Kirby, Graham Smith declared to have a late dart at the Somerset openers. Marcus Truscotting and Nick Compton survived the 2 overs thrown at them, and with Surrey declaring on 366 for 9, 18 runs behind, Somerset now take a lead of just 24 into the final day, and so it may be tough for either side to force a result from this position.